Now, I've been inspired since I showed you the Apollo air sensor a few weeks ago. Things like the CO2 levels were so obvious in hindsight, and it really transformed my thinking. I was chatting to my Patreons and YouTube members about this on Discord. I've got hundreds of sensors tracking my PC, yet barely anything about myself. Well, that's not going to stand for long. I've got an epic project coming up that will integrate Home Assistant to my body. So, I've started gathering sensors and smart devices to support this, and one fundamental challenge was I needed to see the light. So let's talk about an intriguing little device that really surprised me. And guess what? You're already looking at him. Am I in smart home heaven? This is the Switchbot Curtain 3. I'd like to give you a brief introduction to him, and then I'll share the 5 unexpected and enlightening benefits that I've discovered after introducing the Curtain 3 to my home. I remember the first Switchbot Curtain launching on Kickstarter back in 2020 and thinking, this is brave. Curtains are an engineering nightmare. There are no standards across the world. Are your curtains on a rail, a pole, a U-rail or an I-rail? On hooks, on loops, on rings? Is the pole 40mm or 25mm or 17mm? Are they full height or half height? Wall mounted or ceiling mounted? This is a mind-boggling design challenge. Every dimension or parameter is a variable, so don't just slap these on your curtains. Salute the brave engineers who even attempted this. They deserve credit even if it wasn't a very good solution. It turns out, though, to be pretty darn good. Now, there are fully motorised curtain solutions out there, but they require you to replace everything. Your rails, your loops, probably re-sew your curtains too. So it will come at a cost of time and money. And obviously it isn't suitable for anyone renting or moving house frequently. But Switchbot are designed to retrofit to the major types of curtain and do so in seconds. Therefore, when Switchbot reached out to me recently, I had already been thinking about my body assistant, and I thought, this could be a really good way to improve my health. But what started with a goal to automate getting more natural light into my home has ended up giving me a lot more benefits than I ever would have realised before trying them out. To the point that I actually went back to Switchbot to get a small army of Curtain 3s for the rest of my house to add to the testers that they sent. Yes, I'm addicted to Curtain 3s. In terms of fitting, it's so easy and quick. The box is packed with all these little clever solutions to adapt it to your curtain style. It's such a thoughtful design. Once you've configured it, to install them, it really is seconds. To hang, you just click and click, done. To then configure them, you hold the button down for 2 seconds and follow the instructions. To install the solar panel so that batteries last forever, you go click and just click in the settings. And that's really it. But this is where you start to realise all the benefits of these little guys. So here's my top 5. In terms of general health, I can argue that living in Scotland with its long, dark winters is a particular burden. But in truth, this affects pretty much everyone in the world these days. We spend dramatically less time in natural light than we have evolved to do, and this is causing all sorts of health impacts. Our eyes, our brains have evolved over millions of years to use sunlight as the primary driver of our circadian rhythm. This in turn triggers hormones and bodily cycles to help us feel awake in the morning and sleepy at night. So what happens when we shut ourselves in houses, close the curtains and stare at blue light screens all night? TLDR, this doesn't end well. All my smart lights adjust to a sleep-inducing hue in the evening, which helps us all wind down. And a bright, cool light in the morning, automatically using Home Assistant. However, there is one fundamental conundrum. the curtains. I want to close the curtains, but I want to wake up to natural light. If I have to get out of bed to open them in the morning, well, then I'm already awake, so I can't be woken by natural light. And I've also really enjoyed getting ready for bed and finding the curtains are slowly closing for me. In terms of cost benefits, this isn't anything new. Everyone knows that closing your curtains when it's cold outside will keep the heat in. Likewise when it's hot. And if you're diligently able to trudge around your house every day, opening and closing the curtains, turning the lights on and off as the sun rises and falls, then great. But that's not realistic for me or anyone leading a busy life. So this is awesome, as I can delegate all that heat and electricity saving to my little friends. Not only that, but I can make it smart. In the winter, I can ensure as much natural light and free heat comes into the house as possible via the sunlight, and as soon as dusk falls, the curtains can close, trapping the heat. You can do the opposite if it's too hot and sunny, of course. Now we come to time, convenience, and luxury. As well as cost savings, it also just saves me time and takes a little bit of those chores away. There's something extra nice about having a morning coffee as your house quietly works away, opening the curtains, mopping the floor, hoovering the dining room and mowing the lawn, whilst you enjoy that time back. It's just a little touch of luxury. And on top of that, I've set up a few automations to enhance the ambience. With Home Assistant, I can turn the lights down low, close the curtains, turn on some nice romantic music, and bam, the atmosphere is perfect for me to convince my husband that I need the latest cricket. Now, the accessibility benefits are obvious if you are elderly, physically impaired, or have relatives who are. In fact, these become a no-brainer as a super easy gift to help them every day. But it's also just handy for everyone in everyday life. Take this room. One pair of these curtains is 6 meters wide and goes behind all these sofas. It's difficult for me to clamber over the chairs with elegance and grace to open and close them. Same thing with children whose use makes them vertically challenged, or if you don't want their grubby fingers all over the fabric. And those curtains in your house that are out of reach, this is a perfect solution. So what generally happens is that we either don't bother opening and closing them properly, or you end up just getting bad-tempered after you've told your kids 100 times not to tug at them, and then they start coming off, and... Or is that just in my house? Either way, these situations are made easy with the tap of a phone, button, voice control, or RFID tag. You have bought some RFID tags, haven't you? And the final point is one of security. Again, this isn't new. Police have advised this for years, but it does 2 neat things. One, it ensures that the contents of your house are hidden, but it also helps create activity. Having curtains open and close and lights turn on and off and so on is a powerful way to deter any prying eyes. This is huge for people living in cities or towns who might not want the whole block admiring them getting dressed every day. And if you're off on holiday, you can rest assured that it still appears that there's someone at home. So it's a really nice solution all round. Indeed, I recommend that, unlike me, you have a proper play around with all the features. I just briefly glanced at the app options in my excitement to set it up initially and missed the silent mode, which is an awesome feature to gradually open the curtains in the morning. I got quite a shock when the curtains suddenly opened at full speed on the first morning. You can also naturally integrate it into other automations in your home. So I've got a movie mode which closes the curtains, dims the lights, and sets the TV to sync to the lighting. Or I can have it as a multi-wave assault to wake up my cheeky son. Gradual curtain opening, then blue lights, then music starts, then I send in the cavalry. It works well using the app, which is surprisingly comprehensive, and it also integrates with Home Assistant, which, as you know, I highly recommend. Highly recommend. So I have to say, I've been delighted with my Curtain 3s. Switchbot have done a great job of continuing to evolve the device in each iteration. It's a powerful little gadget that makes barely any sound at all in quiet drift mode. It'll be the sound of your curtain fabric moving that you'll hear, not the device. So I'll definitely add this to my recommended products section on my site. So check the links in the description if you're interested. It's worth checking out Switchbot's broader range. I really like their ambition as a company to tackle all these tricky areas of home automation, so I'll probably cover some more of their range in future. And thanks to all the Patreons and YouTube members who are floating past my face. But now it's time to draw the curtains on this video. Are you still here? Why are you watching a mad Welsh girl playing with the curtains? If you really want to watch more, watch this. Or this. That was a good one.